Hey YouTube, this time we're going to look at some latest EV news from China, CATL's newest battery. They've just announced a Shengxing battery. This new model LFP battery can charge super fast. I'd like to explain its performance in detail. It's all about this, CATL from China. They're the biggest battery supplier in the world. Top spot goes to CATL, followed by BYD from China. LG Energy Solution from Korea is third and fourth is Panasonic from us here in Japan. So the worldwide market is dominated by Chinese companies. Companies like Panasonic are looking to regain ground. But it turns out CATL actually holds the largest share in the world. But they're not the largest when it comes to LFP. This battery used by Tesla is actually China's top LFP. CATL isn't the largest in LFP. The biggest share goes to, do you know, it's BYD from China. They've been using the LFP strategy for a while now. They're all in on LFP and their production ability is quite high. Even CATL can't catch up. But it's not just about production ability. It turns out even in LFP ability, even in this. And regarding specs, we found out recently that BYD is ahead. Tesla's Model 3 uses an LFP battery, and so does BYD's Atto 3. Comparing the energy density, Tesla's Model 3 is 126 watt-hour kg. BYD's Atto 3 at 150 watt-hour kg. Tesla loses, and get this. Model Y comes loaded with CATL batteries from China. The German-made Model Y has a BYD Blade battery, a LFP model. If you compare it to the CATL-manufactured LFP batteries that run in Japan, the German model can charge in about 17 minutes while the Japanese version takes 25 minutes to charge. So, it's apparent that BYD's LFP battery has better charging capabilities and higher energy density. And even better, the charging rate is higher as well. So, it seems like in the perspective of LFP, BYD is slowly catching up. Well, that's how it looks. People start to realize that BYD is doing well in terms of Blade battery. That's why this time CATL has developed the Shengxing battery to compare. That's the highlight from CATL China. Speaking of CATL, they've developed various kinds of batteries till now, like the world's first cell-to-pack battery. They've developed a structure where battery cells are packed directly, then they've announced sodium-ion batteries and others as well. And then there's the Highland battery. This isn't a new type of battery cell, but a structure to optimize battery packs, thereby improving energy density and charging performance. And this battery can go to a great mileage of 1032 km. On the contrary, BYD has put all its focus on Blade batteries or LFP. Instead of a focused approach like BYD, CATL's strategy is to develop batteries in all areas. I'm sure I'll bring up condensed battery from CATL in the future as well. This battery has a density of 500 watt-hour per kilogram, something that was unheard of before. This limited scope of use somehow is needed for the electrification of airplanes. They're making airplanes electric. To make that happen, they need a battery with 500 watt-hour or more. That's where the condensed battery comes. So, while BYD is narrowly focused on Blade batteries, CATL aims to develop multiple types of batteries. They're more versatile in their development, which is the difference between BYD and CATL in this battery. So CATL concentrates on all-around battery development, not particular about one or the other. We're going to talk about Shengxing's battery this time. Firstly, the max range speed is announced to be 700 kilometers. Current max of LFP installed in vehicles is around 550, so it's clear they've increased the max range. Interestingly, it uses LFP system too, just like this Shengxing battery. The one difference is that this one can fast charge. Yep, it supports super quick charging. Shengxing battery can charge for 400 kilometers range in just 10. That's a seriously quick charge. Imagine if you had a 100 kilowatt-hour battery. It'd support fast charging up to 400 kilowatt. But anyway, it's designed to be a great fast-charging battery. Definitely something they're proud of. This battery shows part of CATL's all-around. Now they're even tackling ultra-fast charging. Also, it's great at low temperatures, taking just 30 minutes to charge from 0% to 80%, even at minus 10 degrees. In other words, it acts like a regular battery even in these conditions. That's because LFP batteries tend to weaken in cold weather. But while this low-temperature feature is important, modern batteries usually have a thermal management system. So it's kinda up in the air how useful this would be in reality. Any EV today can handle up to minus 20 or minus 30 degrees. I drove a Tesla Model 3 and Y in Hokkaido and there were no particular problems, neither for fast charging speeds nor anything else. No impact on driving, even at minus 30 degrees. In my experience, if the battery has a thermal management system, then even the EVs of today wouldn't have any problems in extreme cold. That being said, this may still be useful for newer, cheaper EVs. Those that may not have a thermal management system. Just something to consider. In terms of Shengxing battery, it's got three key features. The super electronic network cathode technology, by reducing the path of the lithium ions, the reaction speed increases, meaning faster charging speeds. That's the first bit of tech. These are some of the latest updates. Next, we have the fast ion conducting technology. This focuses on the surface of the cathode, again, focusing on increasing the lithium ion transmission speed. Reducing resistance means faster charging speeds. So again, this tech contributes to the improved fast charging speeds. That's the second bit of tech. Speed is this technology. And finally, there's this ultra-thin type. It's called an SEI film. Seems like they're still developing. Regarding this SEI film, it covers the surface of the anode. The electrolyte chamber is right next to it, you know. First, an SEI film is formed on the surface of the end. That's a given, right? Mainly, this SEI film is responsible for lithium-ion transmission, and also, it has the effect of preventing the electrolyte solution from decomposing. SEI film has that effect. The problem is, if this film is too thick or too thin, especially if it's too thick, of course, the resistance of lithium-ion transmission increases. So, like earlier, it can't speed up the charging. Anyways, if it can't speed up the charging, that's a problem. But if it's too thin, it's problematic as well. It has the role of protecting the decomposition of the electrolyte. If it gets too thin, the electrolyte decomposes more. That'll cause problems, you know. Then there will be safety issues. So CATL has succeeded in making the SEI film ultra-thin. We've made it possible to construct it, and as I mentioned earlier, the transmission of lithium ions becomes very quick. And again, this contributes to the speed of fast charging. Improving speed contributes to that, so it's like including these latest technologies in the LFP. It's specialized for fast charging performance. This time, it's about 700 kilometers range, right? That's quite standard for current Chinese EVs. But also, as we expected, improving fast charging speed is the main goal. So for CATL, they've already think that 700 kilometers is enough for electric range, but mainly they're thinking about resolving the bottleneck for EV users, which is fast charging speed. And going in that direction is what I think they're considering. And perhaps this latest Shenxing battery is a product of that consideration. So that's my impression for this time's Shenxing battery and Avatar. And the Shenxing battery this time, it will start full-scale preparation from the end of 2023 and try to load vehicles in 2024 and end up equipping the first trial car in 2024. Well, the first EV has already been decided. It's the Avatar brand. New EV. This Avatar brand is a premium EV brand in China. This is the first EV by the brand Avatar, a new brand specifically for EVs. This is a premium EV brand from China. It's a company formed by Chinese auto manufacturer Chang'an Huawei and CATL. Since CATL is involved, it's basically an Avatar EV. They're already selling an Avatar 11, a small to mid-size SUV. It can go over 700 kilometers at high speed and can handle a 240 kilowatt charge. It's already highly complete with an impressive 90 and 116 kilowatt hour battery capacity. So far, the Avatar 11 has used an NMC type battery. If they fit this new Shenxing battery, top speed might drop a bit, but it could make costs lower, making future Avatar 11 and other EVs cheap, so it'll potentially increase competitiveness. Expect the Shenxing battery and Avatar's current and future EVs, making the lineup exciting. Let's recap. CATL has announced a new ultra-fast charging Shenxing battery. LFP technology is evolving rapidly, as we can see with the Shenxing. The M3P has it, and this Shenxing battery can charge ultra-fast, making it hard for regular batteries to compete. I feel like NMC might have a hard time keeping up. Aside from uses like big SUVs and pickup trucks, I reckon most will switch to LFP. Chinese manufacturers like BYD and CATL are probably going to dominate the LFP research. Look at what Toyota's doing. They're making their own LFPs and plan to launch in 2027. Can their spec compete with Shenxing M3P BYD's blade battery? Also, will it be cost-effective? When Toyota fits it to their cars, I'd love to check out its performance. Same with the Shenxing battery. I'd love to test out its performance once it's available. And that's about it.
So, thank you for watching. If you like this video, give me a like. And please make sure to subscribe to my channel. See you soon.